to start a DIY seedling station, look no further. This video is for you. In this video, I'm gonna take you through the whole setup of my DIY seedling station. I'm gonna tell you everything that I have on here, everything that I have growing at the end of the video. But before we get into that, I want to thank Metry for sponsoring this video. They sent me over their 48-watt grow light. It is on a stand. It is fabulous. It is for tall plants, short plants, grow light stands. It fits the bill for everything. So we're gonna go ahead and set that up, and then I'll go ahead and show you how I use it. So we've got it all put together, and I put it where I wanted it, right up against my onion seedlings. I like the sleekness of this grow light and the versatility of it. If you have a big plant, you could use it as like a showcasing piece, or if you want to use it in your seedling station setup, you can slide it underneath your setup fairly easily. It's pretty easy to move, lightweight, and raises to a pretty tall height. Everything about this grow light I absolutely do love. The only thing that I can say is there's not a place for this remote, so you just kind of wrap it around wherever you can or let it hang. So that's the only thing that I would say is a con, but other than that, this grow light is absolutely amazing. So thank you, Metry for sponsoring this video once again. So let's start off with the details of the actual storage rack. This is a wire storage rack. I purchased this off of Amazon, and it is a 6-tier rack. So it has 6 tiers. It goes all the way up to the top. I do not have the top rack on because I just don't think it's necessary, and I'm going to give you a pro tip at the end of the video to show you what I do with that rack. The top is off so that I can put things like seedling trays up here, watering cans, you know, my fertilizer, stuff like that. I'll go ahead and put it at the top of the rack to keep it away from the kids. And it's just an easy place to just grab it and water my seedlings. So I do like to store extra stuff like that at the top because it's easy to grab. As far as the storage rack itself, the dimensions, I will link them here. I'm not sure the dimensions, but like I said, it is one of the bigger racks. That would be up to you if you want to go smaller. The bigger ones fit the lights, so that's why I opted for the bigger one. So the lights that I got, they fit the same dimensions as the length of this specific rack. So that being said, this is a very, very, very wide rack. I will not lie, it's wider than I thought it was gonna be, but I absolutely love it because I can fit a ton of plants on here. With these specific trays that I have, I can put these seedlings long ways or wide ways if I need to, and they both can fit perfectly on this rack. So I can have double the amount of plants on this rack, and it just works out really well. So right now I just have one single row of plants on each rack because I don't have that many seedlings. I have a small garden, so I don't need that many seedlings, but you can fit double the seedlings and have 2 rows of seedlings instead of just one. Kind of like here. Here I have 2 rows down here actually. So you see how one's behind the other. I have that like that. And it fits perfectly. And it's really easy to water them. You just kind of slide them over. You can bring them to the bottom like that and go ahead and water the rest. So it's just a very easy, smooth setup. I really do enjoy it. Moving on to the lights that I'm using on these grow stations. At the moment, I'm using 4 actual lights on the grow station. So I have 2 here, and then I have 2 on the second shelf. Now, these 2 lights are different. I have one shop light that I bought a couple years ago, probably like 3 years ago. And then I have 3 shop lights that I just purchased a couple months ago. And I purchased these shop lights from Walmart. So if you're looking for these shop lights, they're the Hyper Tough brand. They are 4 foot. This is the older light that I bought, and this is the newer light that I bought. They are both LED, but the light is different, okay? The older one, which is this one, is 250 watts, and the newer one is 300 watts. Now, I'm gonna tell you the pros and cons of these lights. Do you see, this is the new light, this is the old light. Honestly, I prefer the old light better because the actual structure of this light gives you a longer bulb. The structure of this light cuts off your bulb with this big black plastic piece, so you get less of that growing space. You get like 3 inches less growing space than this because this is all metal. So there's nothing cutting off that light, if that makes sense. So these are lighter, these are a bit heavier. They do get warm. These newer ones get a lot warmer than the older ones. I don't know. The light clicky thing on these ones is more in the way, like it hangs down onto my plants. So I don't know if I would recommend these newer Hyper Tough lights. I would definitely recommend the older brand, but I don't believe they sell them anymore. I looked everywhere for this one and I could not find it. So if you can find this one fits perfectly with this specific grow station. This one does too. It's just you're getting cut off about 6 inches of light. I wouldn't buy these again. I would go for something like this or something that just has the bulb by itself. That's what's going on with the lights. They work really well. So I will have something linked that is similar that maybe you can find on Amazon. That would be a better bang for your buck. But that's just what I could find at the store because I needed to start my seedlings. I didn't have time to look for anything on Amazon. I do have a fan back here that I did purchase from Walmart. This is just a small desk fan, and it just helps your plants develop strong stems. So, you know, when my plants were first growing, I had this fan going. I don't use it as much anymore because I'm about to take them out so that I can plant them out. So that's exciting. But I do have one fan and it works really well. So if you can find that fan at Walmart, I will have it. I'll show the box so that you can see it. I did go ahead and purchase a timer because I have a lot of lights going on here. I did add this light to the timer. So I purchased this timer off Amazon. I will have it linked below. I'll link something similar for everything if it's not the exact same thing that I have, okay? This timer is a game changer. I don't know how many times that I just didn't turn on the grow lights just because I was too tired. Put them on a timer, you don't even have to worry about it. They come on and they go off when it's time. Timer, I would not skip on this. I would highly, highly, highly recommend you get a timer. put your grow lights on it, okay? Down here at the bottom, I just keep the extra cords from the grow lights in here, and I keep some of my heat mats in here. You can buy both of these on Amazon, so I will link those in the description box below. This rack, it comes on wheels, so it's very easy to maneuver around. If you need to, you can lock them in place so that the station doesn't move, and that's great. So, okay, so I forgot one last thing, the actual seed trays that I've been loving. So I purchased these actually off Amazon. They come with lids, and I keep the lids up here. So I purchased those in a set of, I believe, 10 or 12. And I really enjoy them. They really fit this station really good. Like I said, you could put 2 rows if you need to. So I don't know, it just works well. I think it was a good buy. I would definitely buy these again. I'll have them linked if you're interested in those. These other ones, this one is also a really good one, perfect for like starting herbs or flowers. This is just one of those 72 cell trays. I just use the bottom for, you know, putting my up potted plants on it. But yeah, so those are the seed trays that I've been using. They've been working very well. With the humidity domes, the seedlings germinate so fast. They germinate so fast that I wouldn't even go back to trying to germinate seeds without the tops. And like I promised you at the end of this video, the tip that I wanted to tell you about the extra shelf that I didn't put at the top. That extra shelf, I actually use it for bringing and carrying out all of these seedlings so that I can start hardening them off. I have the other tray outside. I just bring it inside and I flip it over, and it acts like a tray because it has these lips. So none of the seedlings slide off, and I just put my seedlings on there, and definitely it gets really heavy. So if you're a woman, you probably need help. Ask your husband or something to help you bring it outside carefully, and you can just put all your seedlings on that and take them outside at once. So I highly recommend trying that if you do buy a storage unit similar to this and you don't want to put the top at the top. Just use it for that purpose. That's what I use it for. And last but not least, I'm gonna go ahead and walk you through everything that I'm growing and show you what it's looking like. So let's go ahead and take a look. So down here at this Metry grow light, I decided to put my onions down here, and we're gonna see how this grow light grows them. It has some different spectrums of light. It has a veg station and then like a flowering station. So we're gonna see how that does, but I put this on the, what is this? The second tier from the bottom. These are Texas grano onions. Let's move our way up to the second tier. Here we have lettuce. I believe this is an iceberg lettuce. Yep, that's iceberg lettuce right there. Look how gorgeous that is. Back here, we have some dwarf blue curled kale and some more lettuce. Here we have a Georgia collard. Right here we have lacinato kale. And if we move those over, back here, we have some giant red mustards. So I'm excited for these. So those are my giant red mustards. Everything is looking pretty good. If we move on over, I tried to start my own herbs. They didn't do the greatest. You can see I have a little bit of mold growing there. But here we have some lemon basil, purple basil, and then back here we have some cilantro, some thyme. And moving up to this other shelf, here we have some chard. I am actually really loving this old Tokyo. It's a green that one of the seed companies sent me for free, and it's doing really well. Like, I'm really liking how it's growing. So I might continue to grow that one. Back there we have some, what is that? I think this is all season cabbage. Yep, that's cabbage. So we have chard, the Tokyo, and the cabbage. Here we have more Georgia collard. And then in here, This is actually, these are ground cherries. And I don't know if I'll be planting these because I actually think it's too late. But yeah, those are ground cherries. Oh yeah, and then coleus. Look at this beautiful coleus. It is just stunning. So this coleus is called, let me see. This is Folia Sunset Coleus, and I will grow this time and time again. It is a beauty to come and look at every day. Yes, that's what I have growing. Everything's doing wonderful under these lights. That's what it looks like. Super wide, ton of growing space. So I think I pretty much covered everything in my growing station. Y'all might be wondering what that is. That is a hydroponics growing station from Let Pot. So I have that up there. I just think it looks pretty. So everything here, I will have it linked below. Let me know if this video helped you out. If you liked it, give me a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, Royals.